Lori from Cruising for Treasure. You're watching my What Sold show, and this is Monday, so I'm gonna show you everything that sold over the weekend. So everything that sold Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And just for, so you understand what's going on, I did have a sale going on eBay, and I always forget exactly what I said it for because, I think it was 36% off. I'm not 100% sure. And then with Poshmark, I actually had several sales. Let me see. I had 6 sales on Poshmark, which is incredible for me for a weekend. I'm super stoked about that. And they were actually really great sales. Just wait till you see what I sold. So just so you know, if you've never watched one of my videos before, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because we post videos several times a week with videos like this or whatever else just kind of pops in my head. And I supplement our family's income by selling online. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook, and Mercari. And basically eBay is my primary platform. I sell most of my stuff on eBay, but Poshmark is the second, distant second, and then Facebook and Mercari are way, way far below. I don't know why, that's just how it goes. Anyway, so I'm gonna jump right in and show you what all that I sold on Poshmark and eBay. And let's start with, let's see. Sorry, I kind of piled everything totally out of order and not in any logical way. So it's gonna just be jumping back and forth. Okay, first is this. This is a Hallmark color changing water bottle with the Grinch on it. I did get this at a 90% off Hallmark sale after Christmas, and this sold for $12.59. Again, 37% is what I had my store on. So it did sell on sale. So, that's fine. And you know what? I'm just going to tell you right now, because I did have my store on 37% off sale, what you're going to see the items, what they sold for, that's not exactly what I was shooting for, but I'm still making a great profit and I'm moving inventory out the door. So I'm not going to apologize for, profit margin or low return on my investment or anything like that. Just so you know, that is what is happening. Next this is Color Street, and this one is City of Love. It's got French tips. And what's funny is I actually just got another one of these in a bag from Goodwill. And so I pick these up whenever I see them in a bag hanging on the wall at Goodwill. And so, depending on how much the bag is priced at and how many strips are in the bag, you could be paying anywhere from 50 cents to $2, but I'm gonna guess it was probably about $1. This sold for $6.29. And like I said, I did get another one. So all I'll have to do is just hit that, click a little button that says sell similar, get the listing right back up there, sell it again. Easy peasy. All right, what else do we have? Okay, this one is fun. I got this from one of my local thrift stores. It is not a chain. It's a, what is it called? Privately run thrift store. I don't know, independent thrift store. Not a Goodwill or Salvation Army or whatever. Anyway, I happened to go in there one day and they hadn't finished even restocking or stocking a ton of bags. And I got quite a few. I have sold a couple here and there. This is another one. This actually sold fairly quickly. This is the Sport Sack Duffel, and it's got the most adorable little Scotty dog on there. And this sold for $22.99. Really, really cool. And of course, it was missing the strap. But what's interesting is when I found this exact bag on eBay, they also were missing the strap. So I don't know if it just doesn't come with a strap. You have to get your own. I don't know what good a duffel bag is without a strap, the shoulder strap. Like the handles are fine, but anyway, they bought it. $22.99 is what we got for that. And let's see, I sold more silverware, which I sold some, I think last week during my sale as well. This is a mixed lot, 26 piece Solingen, Germany gimbals, stainless steel flatware. So, and this sold for $18.89. Typically what I do is I get these lots from an online auction. So I think this time it was the contents of someone's silverware drawer. So they had a whole bunch of different sets all mixed in together. So then I separated out. Actually, I paid my 8-year-old to separate it all out according to pattern. There had to have been 7 or 8 different patterns mixed into this. And then we count it up, we photograph it, identify the pattern, and then list it. And so this lot, 26 pieces, sold for $18.89. It's just a really nice, pretty basic pattern there. So $18.89 for that flatware. I think I paid like $4 for the contents of that, that silverware drawer. And I will be completely honest with you, it is not my favorite thing to do a silverware drawer just because it's a lot of work to sort through it and, you know, find the junk, throw out the trash and then list it. And not all of the flatware is really going to be worth a lot. So it can be annoying, but obviously it'll still pay some money to you. So I think last weekend, the one I sold, it sold for more. So I've already made a good profit on that lot. So I'm totally cool with whatever I'm getting right now. So this one is Citron Santa Monica. This is a silk linen blend kimono open, and this sold for $37.79. I did get this from a, okay, let me look it up on my spreadsheet. I don't want to say something that's not true. Let's see. So yes, I got it where I thought I did. I got it from an online auction and I paid $10. So into $37.79 minus the fees and everything, I'm still making a solid 20 bucks or whatever on it. Totally fine with that. Pretty cool. Okay. Now, let's see. Where is that item? Here it goes. This is a fun one. I got this at Savers. And it was funny because, you know, I was looking at the new racks. I always check out the new racks when they come out. And there was a lady that was standing beside me and she saw me kind of looking at this item and she's like, oh, you have to get that. That is a beautiful piece. So I picked it up and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I wouldn't describe this as beautiful, but this is Free People and it is size extra large. So obviously it is quite oversized. And it is like it's a textured rough, and then it's got like the external stitching, which is really cool. It's hooded, very boxy. Anyway, so this sold for $22.99. I want to say I paid about $4, but let me look that up on my spreadsheet. Let's see. Let's see what I paid for it. And just so you know, $4, I was correct. And this actually was only listed like a day. It sold the day I listed it, or the day after, something like that, which is pretty incredible for me for Free People. I'm very selective what I pick up of Free People, just because it can sit forever. Anyway, $4 into $22.99. And I do put everything, here's my process just really quickly for when I'm listing something. I pull it out from my bag and I set up a draft in eBay and I research all the comps, find the whatever. And then I copy and paste my title. And I put that into my spreadsheet. I put the cost of goods. I put the date that I purchased it, if I have that information. And then I put the date that I listed it. And then I put what platform I sold it on. And then I put where I got it from. So then when it sells, I can go in and I just have to use a few of the keywords from my title, search it up in my spreadsheet, find it. Then I put in the total amount that I received once it's sold, the cost to ship, and then what platform it's sold on. And then my spreadsheet will calculate my profit And it just is very helpful because it can help me see how long it took for an item to sell, where I purchased it. Is it, you know, good to kind of emphasize more shopping time from that venue, or, you know, maybe not so much because it takes forever to sell stuff. Anyway, that's just a little glimpse into my process. And let's see. This is a vintage Coach crossbody bag. So this was a little bit interesting because it took me a while to really identify where this bag, like what it was from, because there were some things that gave me pause. The leather is different from their, I think it's their Legacy line. Yeah, it's like a matte.
Oh, it's nice.
It almost has a vinyl feel to it, to be honest. Then on the side is this. Most of them have the metal loop or whatever that the strap attaches to, which this obviously does not have. However, this does say inside it was made in New York City. And I was able to find that this apparently was made in the 70s. So it's quite old, over 50 years, which I just don't want to think about that right now because I was actually born in the 70s, very late 70s. But
yeah, how old are you?
I'm just gonna take a minute to digest that. That's actually really depressing.
How old are you?
Hush up. He loves to rub it in that he is a year and a half younger than me, and it's just not nice. It's not nice. Anyway, I actually had somebody message me and say, are you sure this is authentic? So I went back down the rabbit hole again, researched it, found finally different ones. So if you search vintage Coach 70s and then New York City, you will find this bag. So it is authentic. It's just different from other Coach bags that I've come across. Anyway, it sold for $89.99, which was a price I felt comfortable with. And it does also, I don't know, I didn't show you this. It does have the Coach hang tag right here. So there are, of course, sellers out there who have their bags listed for hundreds, but they don't sell for that much. So I'm in the business of selling, not storing. So, which is something that I had to learn, and I'm still learning, to be honest, but there's no point in me listing an item for hundreds of dollars and have it sit for 3 years and never sell. I would much rather list it at $89.99, sell it within a day, and get that money back, the cash flow back, so that I can put that into more items for my business. So moving on, we have a pair of Merrell barefoot shoes. Guys, this style of shoe still sells for me all the time. It's not just Merrell, it's any brand. And it's it doesn't sell as quickly and for as much money, but it does still sell. So this Merrell barefoot pace glove shoes, these are women's, and this sold for $16.70, and I did pay $5 at my Goodwill. So, and they're in pretty great condition. There is a little discoloration, which is my nice way of saying stain. It sounds a whole lot better, discoloration. Right there at the top of the foot, I did put that in the listing so that people would be aware. Okay, I'm gonna jump over to my Poshmark sales. This is an item that sold very quickly. This is Vuori, V-U-O-R-I, which is an incredible brand to pick up. It is today what Lululemon was 5 years ago. So this sold for $45. This is the Ponto Performance Crew. It's a dream knit, black size large. It feels so comfortable. Like I could go to sleep in it. $45. I did pay about $11 for this at Savers, but it sold so fast on Poshmark for $45. And that was an offer that I actually had my VA send out. I have it set up automatically to send out an offer. I believe it's 30% off to all likers. All right, moving on. Let me see, what else do I have over here? Okay, so we're gonna jump back to eBay. and find these items. Let's see, that's sold. This is Zara. I'm very picky about the Zara items that I pick up just because it doesn't sell like it used to. But this seemed like a piece that somebody might want. It did sell for $14. It's just, let's see, this is size large. And it's got that boxy look to it, oversized and just kind of loose fitting. But it's a really nice business wear look. So $14 for that one. Let's see. Then I sold a Cars, like the Disney Pixar movie, Ramon. And this sold for $3.77. I am slowly phasing out all of my little pieces like this, just because they just don't sell enough and they make a mess in my room in the basement. And I'm looking at having higher priced items, not lower priced items. So I'm slowly phasing those out. I brought a whole bunch up today to delete from my store. So that's not necessarily something that I'm recommending that you keep your eye out for. Let's see, next is this pair of Clarks. These are wedge slip-on shoes, black leather, size 6.5, which is a somewhat hard size to sell. These sold for $12.59. I did do the test on them, the bend test for dry rot. I mean, I see no sign of dry rot, but Clarks make me nervous. I actually tried to not pick up this type of heel or the soles that are made out of this type of material anymore, just because I end up having to refund the shoes more often than not. Okay, next, this is from a thrift store. This is Warner Brothers, and it is a Scooby-Doo pen, new in the package, and that sold for $17.32, and I did pay $4 for that at a thrift store. So, and that did take several months to sell, so This is another thing I am not picking up. This is it just tells you have to do your own research no matter what you see people talking about on YouTube, including myself, because I could have sworn I heard some YouTuber say that cast iron trivets were a really great thing to pick up and that you can make a lot of money. And I found that to be categorically false. I won a lot of, probably 10 or 15 of these trivets, and they just sell so slowly and for hardly any money. This sold for $6.29. It's just not worth it. So perhaps tomorrow I will go back and pull all of those listings and delete those items and just donate them to Goodwill. Or Savers, actually, is where I like to donate. Okay. Coming, the next item, I actually only sold one postcard this weekend, guys. Ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it. One postcard. So this is Rhinoceros in the Warsaw Zoo, which is pretty cool. And this is posted in 1984. So that would have been when it was in the former Soviet Union. And it's kind of funny because they wrote a quiz on the back, which is hilarious for the person to take. Is that not hilarious? With multiple choice. There you go. $3.14. That postcard I did get free of charge. Okay, moving on. Let's see. This one is Orvis jacket. This is like a chore coat type situation. This sold for $23.62. This is a women's, and it's size extra large. And I don't remember where I got this from, to be honest. Let's see. It's fairly new, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I paid $9 for this. Did I get this from Savers? Yes, I did. Savers, $9. And it definitely, keep your eye out for those types of chore jackets, barn jackets, whatever they want to call them. They can do pretty well, especially, some of the better brands. So here we go. This one came to me free of charge from my hoarder house. you can check out those videos in my on my channel. This is a vintage sweater, men's sweater, and it sold for $18.89. And I did put this as, I used the keyword grandpa core. I don't think that that's what ended up helping it to sell, but everything in my hoarder house haul videos came to me free of charge. So that is that. No cost went into that. No cost of goods for that item. Okay, next is Fisher-Price Blaze and the Monster Machines Slam and Go Stripes. And this sold for $18.89, new in the package. Yeah, I'm happy to see this go. I've had it for long enough. We are quite happy to see it go. Okay, this is an absolutely amazing sale. I love it so much. This is from a thrift store, and I paid $10 for this item. Can you guess what I sold it for? I sold it for $140. Can you even believe it? This is a Masters polo shirt, and you can see it's got like the badge all over on the shirt, new in the package. When I went to this thrift store, I ended up getting a ton of stuff that time. They just had like everything I could possibly want to resell on eBay and Poshmark. And they had 2 of these shirts. The other one was a different pattern. And I didn't know exactly what they were worth, but I knew that they were definitely worth more than $10. And the more I looked into it, the more I realized they were worth well more than $10. And so I think, from what I could tell, it looks like they release a new one each year, perhaps. I could not identify what year this one was from, but it still sold for $140. So if you see this type of Masters shirt, polo shirt with like the performance material and a funky print all over it, definitely check it out. You might be sitting on a gold mine. That is my most coolest sale of the weekend. I was very thrilled that that sold. Let's see. I have this pair, which I had never heard of this brand before. Kizik, K-I-Z-I-K. And these are basically brand new, never worn. And they sold on Poshmark for $42. So pretty great, just like a black leather sneaker, nothing super fancy, $42. Then I sold a lot of shoes this weekend, guys, which is pretty incredible. I love selling shoes, to be honest. It's a great return on my investment. This brand is a brand I love to pick up. One of these days, I'm gonna find a pair that's in my size and I'm gonna keep them. But the brand is Alukai, and these sold for $30. These are size 10. They're like an olive green. I have sold this style many times, and I think I only have one more pair left, but they're kind of unique in that you can wear them like a traditional loafer, or the heel part can fold in and then you can wear it like a mule type slip-on situation. So really cool. These are based in Hawaii. Brand new retail for these is quite high, and they do have incredible quality. They last for a very long time. So let's see, I feel like I have one more item that sold on Poshmark that I'm going to show you. This is Beekman, which apparently sells really, really well. Where is the front of this? I don't know. Okay, we'll just go with this. Okay, this is Beekman Buttermilk Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. Okay, so 2 of these sold for $12. So I picked up a lot of these from an online auction, and I probably paid $2 an item. So even if it's $4 and 2, I sold these for $12, but they just sell regularly. I sell these 1 or 2 times a week. And so I've also been able to find a couple items in like the bag at Goodwill or Savers. So keep your eyes out. You're not gonna make a ton of money, but I mean, if you get several $12 sales a week, that's That's profit. We love it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you oh no, I have 2 more items that I sold on eBay. So let me find them in my thing so I can tell you exactly how much they sold for. Okay, this is Pajar, P-A-J-A-R, made in Canada, I think. Winter boots, which, you know, it's February, so I'm actually feeling very thankful that I sold these and I don't have to hang on to this pair for another season. But these sold for $28. Just a really nice, basic lace-up pair of winter boots. And then the last item that I sold is this belt. Let me see what I sold it for. Sold for $12.59. This is Janie and Jack. And I paid $3 for this belt, and it took forever to sell. I'm just gonna say. And I guess these are corgis on here, or Basset Hound. I put Basset Hound. So I'm not sure, is there like a tag? It doesn't say. But originally this was $24 in the store. I think this actually went out of business. But it's really sad though, because like when my kids were babies, Janie and Jack was like, that's the store I wished I could shop from. Their clothes were so adorable, but so expensive, ridiculously expensive. I would go in there and look in the clearance and buy them a pair of socks. That was what I would do. But anyway, this finally sold. Janie and Jack, size 10 to 12, sold for $12.59. And again, I paid $2.99 at a thrift store 2 years ago. So, anyway, that is what is going out the door today. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching and seeing what exactly is selling right now. Honestly, a lot of winter stuff and shoes and toys and, you know, purses and all the things. We love having a well-stocked store with lots of variety, because then a lot of variety sells. And variety, for me, is absolutely the spice of life. We love it. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.